And now we hear from State Representative Erin Zwiener. Woohoo! As Erin makes her way up here, I'll read a statement from Congressman Lloyd Doggett, who is our representative from Congressional District 35. I join you in spirit today because of a pre-existing schedule conflict. Thanks so much for the great work you are doing in Hays County and for the tremendous encouragement you have provided me personally. Most of you know well our shared values and my outspoken opposition to Trump and Trumpism as an executive board member of the Congressional Progressive Caucus. For this re-election, I'm fortunate to have won the support of all 26 local groups making an endorsement in this race, including both Bear and Hays Tejano Democrats, Texas State and University of Texas Democrats, and the Sierra Club. I have also been endorsed by the San Antonio Express News, the Austin American Statesman, and the Austin Chronicle, whose readers poll have named me to their Best of Austin list 11 times. I seek your personal endorsement and take nothing for granted. With so many new voters, I need your help to ensure that together we can save our democracy from Trump, who would be tyrant, and move forward on positive solutions for the climate crisis, gun safety, healthcare access, comprehensive immigration reform, social justice, and much more. Today, please take a yard sign and a bumper sticker to show your continued support. Congressman Lloyd Doggett. Now we have our very own Erin Zwiener.
Thank y'all so much for being here today. It has been a wild ride to run for office here in Hays County, and, oh, well, my husband says I should stand. So it's been a wild ride to run for office here in Hays County, and with the support of pretty much every single person I can see in this room. So thank y'all so much for the work you did in 2018 to turn Hays County blue. I'm confident we are going to have a great 2020. So, thank you. In January 2018, or maybe December 2017, Texas Monthly wrote a piece that specifically referred to my race and kind of dismissed any chance of me becoming a state representative. A year and a half later, they wrote another piece where they referred to me as the most savvy of the House freshmen and a future leader of the House Democrats. So we did a lot of great work this first session. I was part of the effort to get more funding for our public schools. We put $6 billion into our public schools and $5.5 billion into slowing the growth of property taxes. More work to do, but we took a big first step in the right direction. I helped lead the fight at the legislature against the Kinder Morgan Permian Highway pipeline that threatens the Hill Country and this community that we're in today. And I also established myself as a conservation leader in the Texas Capitol. I am the only member of the Texas House with a professional background in conservation. And just a couple weeks ago, the Texas House Democratic Caucus named a special committee on clean air, clean water, and climate. And I am honored to be chairing that committee and helping direct our policy going into the next legislative session. We've still got a lot of work to do, and I hope I have your support going forward.
Thank you. Many public school systems are being hurt financially, in part due to decreased funding and increasing numbers of charter schools that are run by for-profit companies. How do you propose to protect public education?
The number one thing we have to do for public education is invest more state dollars. Until this past legislative session, the amount of dollars in our public school systems had stayed flat from 2011 on. No increase for inflation, no increase for new students. Where that extra money came from? Your property taxes. That's where the difference was made up. And that's why folks have continued to feel the squeeze in their property tax bills, and why our school districts have had to make really difficult choices in order to try and continue to provide great services for our children. When I was a Texas school kid, the state paid for over 60% of the cost of my public education. Last year it was down to 38%. House Bill 3, which we passed last session, got it up to 44%, but we still have work to do. Creating charter schools as a secondary system doesn't work. It is one thing to have very specific schools that are dedicated to a certain student population. It is another thing to create a secondary chain. So I support having limited charter schools, but we have gone too far and we need to look at options to pull that back and invest our resources in schools that serve every single student.
Thank you. Hays County is growing quickly, and so are its communities of senior citizens, immigrants, veterans, Latinos, African Americans, and LGBTQ+ residents. How have you supported and engaged any of these communities, and how do you plan to support them in your next term?
1 minute? No.
Well, pick one.
Yeah, I think some of the most critical conversations that we've been having in Hays County for the past few years have really been around immigrant rights. And I'm really proud to see the communities in this area who have stepped up to protect folks from deportation and from other bad outcomes as a result of their immigration status. I was proud to stand with groups in Hays County organized by Mano Amiga for deportation defense activities for 2 different individuals who were stopped at routine traffic stops, had outstanding warrants for previous traffic stops, and ended up at risk of being separated from their families. So I stood with them in those deportation defense actions. Since I've been elected, I have written letters for immigrants who have found themselves in custody to help encourage the judge to reunite them with their family, and I intend to continue doing that. I also joint authored legislation to give folks access to driver's licenses regardless of their immigration status.
Thank you.
Because driving your kids to school or driving to work should not be a crime, and that's something I'll continue to fight for.
Thank you so much, Erin. Appreciate you being here. A round of applause.
We don't close?
Huh?
We don't close?
No.
I'll just say I'm stealing a minute.
Okay.
2 seconds.
Only because I love you.
Okay. I just want to tell y'all that with all of your votes in this primary, please go out and vote for whoever you're excited to block walk for, because that's what made the difference in Hays County, and I want y'all to chase whoever makes you excited this round too. Follow your heart. Don't play strategy games. We're going to get it done.
Thank you.